never thought I'd play with kids, to be honest. You know, for me.
Never in a million years.
You know, I used to watch Joy and Carla and be like, that's great and wonderful, and it's so nice to have kids, but I never would do that. The young ones,
they think you're
really
nuts.
like think you're nuts. You're like, you're crazy, I'm never doing this. I think as I was, seeing it happen. But then, you know, as they get older and they kind of get that feeling of family, or, you know, even thinking about getting engaged and then the marriage and all this, then they're like, well, maybe I could, you know, and then the questions start flying and asking about how you did it, and, you know, were you nervous, you know, how you train, and you're doing too much. But I guess as you get older and families start to become, you know, in the thought process, it just happened.
I think when you just still love to do what you want to do, you don't want to let kids get in the way of that or stop you, because you know you'll always look back with regret.
You can be a mom and do whatever else you want to do. You know, don't stop your career, don't stop your life just because you had a child, you know. I'm in the process of coming back. I've only been training for a couple weeks. I had a really bad pregnancy, so I thought it was going to be harder, but it's turning out to be a little bit easier for me, which is strange because I was on bed rest for a while and I had a lot of complications, so I really didn't train as much as I trained when I was with Riley. You know, not being able to do anything for 3 months was very difficult, but this time around it's different. I lost a lot of weight with Riley. This time the weight's not coming off, but I'm feeling stronger. So they were completely different pregnancies for me, and, you know, right now it's feeling easier than Riley, but I still have a lot of time ahead of me before I'm actually playing in a game.
After my first pregnancy, I came back too quickly, and I was injured for 1.5 years. And then I thought I was going to kind of just do it differently, and then I found out I was having twins 3.5 months in. I didn't know that, and I played the entire first trimester with this team in the Victory Tour. Pia knew the last camp that I was pregnant because I was 12 weeks pregnant. And I was wondering why I was getting so big and why I was so tired and why I could not run, and we had to play China. And so I was like, ooh, can you play me as little as possible? And she did, thankfully. But I just took it really slow. I was on bed rest for 4 months of my pregnancy. I started walking, and that's all I did after labor, and then 6 weeks after I started learning how to kind of jog, and I didn't really start running until January of this year.
But trying to maintain the same training environment and pushing my body now so that when I do get into games it feels easier. You know, at home I was doing double days. Now, you know, with this team I'm just trying to make practice, maybe make, you know, half of a practice. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. But just trying to be smart. You know, I am older. You know, my body doesn't recover as fast, but just trying to be smart so I can stay healthy and not have to go backwards.
I took it so slow. I didn't really expect to be back here. I was just ready for my WPS season, so I was pretty surprised when I got the phone call.
I say to Kate every time, I'm like, Kate, what are you doing? Because she still can outrun everyone on our team in fitness.
I think one of my teammates said, if I'm 33 and still playing soccer, shoot me. That was what one of them said to me as I sprinted past her in 300s.
They're like two of the most fit people I've seen. So it just baffles me because I'm like, when I'm that age and I want kids, I'm like, how do you do it? But I just think that it's incredible that they can, and they come back and they're like the fittest, and you know, they still are two of the best defenders in the world. So.
Good subs. Wait! Five him. Get ready! Awesome! Good job, Tommy. Good job, Kate. Wait! Good there. The knee, I like it. It will work.
Oh, yes, he has it. Look at you have a tip.
Where's Sydney's fingers? Fingers.
You can only do this for a short period of time, in your whole entire life. It's the only time you really have your body before you just can't do it anymore. And I had a kid, and all of a sudden I wanted to do it more than I did before. And then I had twins, and I wanted to still play.
You know, once you start getting back into it, you realize how much you missed it and how much you loved the sport. So then you go through the wear and tear of, like, you know, that first week of trying to run when you actually feel like you're running in sand and you can't breathe and you're so tired, you know, and you're up all night. It's just like pushing through that, but you do it because you love the sport and you want to come back and, you know that you can do it. But it is, you know, it's hard to put on the brakes because when your body starts to feel good, you want to rush it. But you know, at some point, like, not everything's back where it should be yet.
Having twins is a totally different story, and then having two is another story. So what they've done separate of each other is kind of crazy to come back and play. I mean, you know, Piercy's lost like so much weight in 2 months, you know, and I just think it's really cool because the experience that their kids get coming on these trips, going to the different countries that we've been to, and then for us, you know, it's for some birth control, quite honest, but for others it's so fun. I mean, there's a lot of downtime that we have, so it's a pleasure. I mean, to have both of them here with their kids, it's awesome. I don't think I'll do that, but at the end of the day, I mean, that just shows their passion for this game, for this team.
Being on the road is easier than being at home because you have so much help, you know, and everybody wants to help.
And you have food, and you don't have to clean up after meals. That's really nice. That takes up half my day.
And the kids are tired at night because they're playing with the girls all day. So it definitely is. I mean, it's hard getting there. The process of packing and the travel and trying to keep your kid quiet on the plane, that part's
People look at you like, don't sit next to me, don't sit next to me.
The eyes.
Yeah.
But once you get here, it's great.